Hey guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. We are at process video number 183 entitled Wonderful Masons, and this is going to be my first layout featuring the May Flavors of the Month kit from the Scraproom Kit Club, and it specifically features the photo play collection called Best Mom Ever. Now my layout will not be mom themed, however I did see that the color scheme of the papers had a lot of the yellows and reds, and I just so happened to have some pictures of my son with a playmate, and their clothes are, has those kinds of colors, so I thought I would use that. This is also my layout for this month's sketch, and I flipped the sketch over to its side because the sketch called for some vertical photos, and all I have, well, I have vertical photos, but they're 3x4, and so it actually looks more horizontal when all four are put together. So here I'm just kind of seeing which colors would work best. I know that I needed something subtle for the background that goes right behind my photos, and so I'm going to go with that blue, and then that stripe will be the one that I will put on the back of that. The sketch called for, I think, 3 papers that were layered on top of each other, or no, 2 papers and then a tag on the bottom, and so I'm going to be using this heart paper as the tag. So I'm just kind of seeing how everything is. I decided that I will use that black cardstock, but I like something in the back of my layouts, so I pulled out a white cardstock, which if you've been watching my videos, you know that my white cardstock is actually the back side of a pattern paper that I don't care for anymore, and so that will be basically my background piece. And then I trimmed the black cardstock just 1/8 inch shorter than all around than my layout base, and so that will give me a nice white background on the back of the black cardstock. And so now I decided to ink the edges of my papers. I'm into inking again. For some reason I go through phases, but this, I think I will be inking all of my layouts for this month's particular kit. I just can't remember if I did it or not. Yes, I do make my layouts all in advance before I start doing the voiceover for all of these. So all of these layouts, all my 4 layout assignments for the month of May have been created. So now it's time for me to build the page. So I'm going to start off with basically following the sketch with the pattern papers and also the location or the position of where I'm going to put my photos. And then I started with 2 tags just like the one in the sketch, but you're going to see me kind of switch things around just because I felt like my layout needed, or the tags in my layout needed to be put in different positions. So you're going to see that later. And I think that's the beauty of sketches, is that it helps us kind of, we can use that as a jumping point, and then we kind of can do our own thing, whichever kind of pleases our eye, or which one we think works best for our layout. Okay, so a little bit about the photos. I titled the photos Wonderful Masons. That's not a typo. It actually is 2S because my son is a Mason, and this buddy of his happened to be a Mason as well. And so that's why I thought that I will title it with their names in plural. And so I just thought it was funny. And this one these were taken at our house in our backyard while they were having a little play date. So I thought that was cute. Now the layout, or the photos rather, was getting a little lost on my layout. I don't know, for some reason I just think that it wasn't standing out enough, and so at first I decided maybe I should mat it, but I didn't know what to mat it with. Like the thing with these kinds of layouts is I want to stick with the product that was given to me, and so I don't want to incorporate too many things from my stash. And so if I were to incorporate a matting, it would have to be one of the pattern papers. Well, one of the pattern papers had a dark backside that will pretty much blend with the black cardstock, and so I decided to just cut that, the same heart paper that I'm using for the tags, I cut that out into a square, and then cut that square into a rectangle, and made my own photo corners. And so I used that to put on the bottom left and then on the top right. Now I use this wonderful, this is part of the embellishment add-on kit for the Flavors of the Month kit, and I believe that's from Shimel. But I love the word wonderful. But of course, if I were to put that right on top of the Masons, the flourish of the F will cover the N. So I just decided to move it. And at first I debated because it will cover up some of the photo, that bottom left photo, but I decided that all 4 photos are pretty similar, so if I cover one of them up, or part of it anyways, that it wouldn't really make a big difference. So that's what I went for. Now the biggest inspiration really that I took from here, especially with making my title, was the M over in the stickers that kind of resembled like a Superman, but instead of the S it's an M, and the colors were red and yellow, which matched the colors that my kiddos are wearing in the photo. And so I decided to put that as an embellishment on top of my title, and then also just kind of do a little bit more embellishment with some stickers from the same sticker sheet. Also, as you notice, that I also added an extra tag. So instead of having 2 tags, well, first of all, I moved the tag that was supposed to go on the bottom of my photos. I moved that to the top left, and then I added another tag to go to the kind of bottom right. And so we have one that's right, and then bottom right, and then we have the one on the top left. And then I did punch holes on the tags thinking that I would maybe thread some twine through it, but I remembered that I had these enamel stickers from the embellishment add-on kit, and so I just covered the holes with enamel dots, and that's my layout. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave it in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys another day. Bye!